Welcome to Just Stories. We hope you enjoy the story. Sands of Conflict, the Iraq War. Chapter 1, Shattered Landscape, the Road to Invasion. In this chapter, we delve into the tumultuous events that paved the way for the Iraq War in 2003. It was a period of intense international scrutiny, intricate diplomacy, and a web of interconnected factors that ultimately led to the decision to invade Iraq. Join us as we embark on a journey through the complexities of the pre-war landscape, exploring the motivations, historical context, and key players involved. Our story begins with the aftermath of the Gulf War in 1991, when a ceasefire was established, leaving Saddam Hussein's regime intact but severely weakened. Over the following years, Iraq faced a series of challenges, including economic sanctions, weapons inspections, and ongoing tensions with neighboring countries. The world watched closely as the United Nations Security Council passed a series of resolutions demanding Iraq's compliance and disarmament. Against this backdrop, the United States, under the administration of President George W. Bush, intensified its focus on Iraq. The September 11, 2001 terrorist attacks further fueled concerns about national security and the potential links between Saddam Hussein's regime and terrorist organizations. These fears, combined with the belief that Iraq possessed weapons of mass destruction, became pivotal factors in shaping the road to invasion. We delve into the intricate web of intelligence assessments, diplomatic negotiations, and public discourse that surrounded the decision-making process. We examine the pivotal role played by key figures such as President George W. Bush, Vice President Dick Cheney, and Secretary of State Colin Powell, as well as the influential think tanks and policy advisors who shaped the administration's stance. Simultaneously, the international community wrestled with divisions and debates over the appropriate course of action. We explore the United Nations' role in addressing Iraq's non-compliance with disarmament obligations, the formation of the Coalition of the Willing, and the efforts made to garner support or acquiescence from other nations. The chapter also sheds light on the broader regional dynamics and interests at play, including concerns regarding the stability of the Middle East and the delicate balance of power among regional actors. We examine the perspectives and reactions of neighboring countries, such as Iran and Saudi Arabia, as well as the implications for long-standing regional conflicts, particularly the Israeli-Palestinian issue. Through engaging narratives, personal accounts, and insightful analysis, we unravel the intricate tapestry of events that led to the decision to invade Iraq in 2003. By examining the various threads that shaped the pre-war landscape, we aim to provide readers with a comprehensive understanding of the factors that set the stage for one of the most controversial military interventions in recent history. Chapter 2, Shock and Awe, the Fall of Baghdad. Welcome to a chapter that unveils the dramatic events surrounding the fall of Baghdad during the Iraq War in 2003. Prepare yourself for a gripping account of military strategy, lightning-fast advances, and the consequential capture of the Iraqi capital. Join us as we delve into the awe-inspiring campaign that changed the course of history. As coalition forces descended upon Iraq with overwhelming military might, they aimed to achieve a swift and decisive victory. The concept of shock and awe emerged as a central pillar of the campaign, seeking to paralyze the enemy through a display of overwhelming force and psychological impact. This approach aimed not only to neutralize Iraq's military capabilities, but also to erode the morale and willpower of the Iraqi regime. Our narrative takes us through the initial stages of the invasion, with coalition troops surging toward Baghdad from multiple directions. We explore the intense air campaign that preceded the ground assault, targeting key military installations, infrastructure, and communication networks. The precision and scale of the airstrikes were unprecedented, with advanced weaponry and technologies deployed to maximize impact while minimizing civilian casualties. As coalition forces swiftly closed in on the capital, the world watched as Baghdad became the epicenter of a battle between the advancing troops and the remaining loyalist forces. We vividly recount the intense street-to-street fighting, the thunderous booms of tanks and artillery, and the palpable tension that engulfed the city. The fate of Baghdad, and by extension the entire nation, hung in the balance. While coalition troops faced sporadic resistance, they encountered unexpected scenes of jubilation and relief from ordinary Iraqis who were weary of Saddam Hussein's regime. In some areas, citizens took to the streets, toppling statues and symbols associated with the oppressive regime, symbolizing their hopes for a brighter future. Our narrative highlights the remarkable speed with which coalition forces penetrated Baghdad's defenses, eventually reaching the heart of the city. We delve into the capture of strategic locations, including the presidential palace complex and key government buildings. The downfall of Saddam Hussein's regime appeared imminent as the coalition established a foothold in the city. Through personal accounts and expert analysis, we shed light on the challenges faced by coalition forces during this critical phase. We explore the complexities of urban warfare, the delicate balance between protecting civilian lives and achieving military objectives, and the human stories of both soldiers and civilians caught in the crossfire. As we conclude this chapter, we reflect on the profound impact of the fall of Baghdad. The images of Saddam Hussein's statue being pulled down and the subsequent aftermath resonated around the world, symbolizing the apparent victory of the coalition forces. However, the narrative does not end here. The capture of Baghdad marked the beginning of a new chapter in Iraq's history, filled with its own set of trials and tribulations. Join us as we continue to unravel the multifaceted story of the Iraq War, exploring the complexities that emerged in the aftermath of the fall of Baghdad and the challenges faced in transitioning to a post-Saddam Iraq. Chapter 3: Occupation and Insurgency, the Battle for Stability. Welcome to a chapter that delves into the complex and challenging phase of occupation and insurgency during the Iraq War. Join us as we explore the arduous battle for stability in a post-invasion Iraq, where occupying forces and insurgent groups clashed, shaping the course of the conflict and the future of the nation. Following the fall of Saddam Hussein's regime, coalition forces faced the daunting task of maintaining security, rebuilding infrastructure, and establishing a functional government in a country left fractured by decades of autocratic rule. This chapter aims to provide a detailed account of the evolving dynamics during this critical period and the efforts made to navigate the complexities of occupation and counterinsurgency. We delve into the multifaceted challenges encountered by the occupying forces. From an initial focus on disarming and demobilizing the Iraqi military and security forces to combating emerging pockets of resistance, coalition troops found themselves grappling with a diverse range of adversaries. Insurgent groups, comprised of former regime loyalists, foreign fighters, and disenfranchised Iraqis, launched a campaign of violence and destabilization, targeting both coalition forces and civilian infrastructure. Through personal stories and expert analysis, we shed light on the tactics employed by both sides. Coalition forces engaged in a delicate balancing act, aiming to minimize civilian casualties while neutralizing threats posed by insurgents. We explore the implementation of counterinsurgency strategies, such as community engagement, intelligence gathering, and targeted operations, in an effort to win the support of the local population and undermine the insurgency's base of support. The chapter also highlights the impact of sectarian tensions that further complicated the battle for stability. The fragile fault lines between Iraq's Sunni, Shia, and Kurdish communities were exploited by insurgent groups, further fueling violence and deepening divisions. We delve into the challenges of promoting reconciliation, fostering inclusive governance, and mitigating the risks of a full-blown sectarian conflict. As the conflict continued, the chapter explores the shifting nature of the insurgency, ranging from large-scale attacks to more covert and asymmetric tactics. We examine the rise of insurgent leaders, the evolution of their strategies, and the impact of their actions on both the military and civilian populations. While the battle for stability seemed protracted and challenging, the chapter also highlights moments of progress and resilience. We showcase the efforts made by Iraqis, international organizations, and humanitarian groups to rebuild communities, revive essential services, and promote stability at the grassroots level. These stories of hope and determination amidst the chaos provide a glimmer of optimism in an otherwise turbulent period. As we conclude this chapter, we reflect on the significance of the occupation and insurgency phase in shaping the trajectory of the Iraq War. The battle for stability, marked by its complexities and tragedies, underscored the long and arduous road ahead for both Iraq and the occupying forces. Join us as we continue to navigate the intricate narrative of the Iraq War, exploring the subsequent chapters that delve into the challenges of nation-building, the enduring legacy of the conflict, and the ongoing efforts to forge a more secure and prosperous future for Iraq. Chapter 4: Nation-Building and Reconstruction, Rebuilding a Fractured Iraq. Welcome to a chapter that delves into the immense task of nation-building and reconstruction in post-invasion Iraq. Join us as we explore the efforts made to rebuild a fractured nation, restore essential services, and establish a foundation for a new Iraq. In the aftermath of the Iraq War, coalition forces faced the daunting challenge of rebuilding Iraq's infrastructure, governance systems, and security forces. This chapter aims to provide a detailed account of the complexities and triumphs of the nation-building process, as well as the struggles encountered along the way. We begin by exploring the massive reconstruction efforts undertaken by the international community, with a focus on infrastructure. From restoring power grids, water and sanitation systems, and transportation networks, to rehabilitating schools, hospitals, and other vital public facilities, numerous projects were initiated to revive the essential services that had deteriorated during years of conflict and neglect. The chapter delves into the challenges faced in promoting good governance and establishing effective institutions. We examine the process of drafting a new constitution and the subsequent parliamentary elections that aim to create a representative government. We explore the efforts to rebuild judicial systems, promote the rule of law, and foster accountability and transparency in a country transitioning from decades of authoritarian rule. The task of rebuilding Iraq's security forces and maintaining internal stability also takes center stage. We delve into the establishment of the Iraqi army and police forces, the training and equipping of local security personnel, and the collaborative efforts between coalition forces and Iraqi counterparts to combat insurgency and maintain law and order. Through personal narratives, we shed light on the challenges faced by both Iraqi and international forces in this critical endeavor. The chapter also highlights the complexities of fostering national unity in a deeply divided society. We explore the delicate balance between addressing the demands of different ethnic and religious communities, such as the Kurds, Sunnis, and Shias, and fostering a sense of national identity. We examine the tensions that arose from competing political factions and the efforts made to promote inclusive governance and power-sharing arrangements. While the chapter acknowledges the significant hurdles encountered in the nation-building process, it also highlights the resilience and determination of the Iraqi people. We showcase stories of local initiatives, community-driven development projects, and the revival of cultural heritage, underscoring the indomitable spirit of a nation seeking to rebuild itself from the ashes of war. As we conclude this chapter, we reflect on the accomplishments and ongoing challenges of nation-building and reconstruction in Iraq. The process was marked by both progress and setbacks, with successes in some areas and persistent obstacles in others. Yet, the story of rebuilding a fractured Iraq serves as a testament to the enduring hope and resilience of its people. Join us as we continue to explore the intricate narrative of the Iraq War, delving into subsequent chapters that shed light on the InGame and Aftermath, reflecting on the long-lasting consequences of the conflict and the ongoing challenges faced by Iraq as it forges its path to recovery. Chapter 5, InGame and Aftermath, Reflections on a Controversial War. Welcome to a chapter that delves into the endgame and aftermath of the Iraq War, providing a space for reflection on one of the most controversial military interventions in recent history. Join us as we examine the shifting dynamics, the reflections of key stakeholders, and the enduring legacy of the conflict. The chapter opens with an exploration of the endgame strategies employed in the Iraq War. We delve into the decision to implement a troop surge, where additional U.S. forces were deployed with the aim of stabilizing the country and quelling the insurgency. We analyze the impact of this surge on the security situation, exploring both the successes and the challenges faced during this critical period. As the conflict progressed, a gradual decline in insurgency activity was observed, leading to a shift in the security landscape. We examine the changing nature of the conflict, from large-scale battles to smaller, localized engagements. We delve into the evolving strategies of insurgent groups, their fragmentation, and the efforts made by coalition forces and the Iraqi government to capitalize on these changes. The chapter provides a platform for reflections and insights from key stakeholders involved in the Iraq War. Through personal accounts and expert analysis, we delve into the perspectives of military personnel, policymakers, and Iraqi civilians. The narratives offer a range of viewpoints, reflecting on the successes, failures, and the complex realities faced on the ground. We explore the multifaceted aftermath of the war, addressing both the immediate consequences and the long-term impacts. We reflect on the challenges of post-conflict reconstruction, the resurgence of sectarian tensions, and the fragile political landscape that emerged in the wake of the war. We also examine the economic repercussions, including the management of oil resources and the impact of the war on Iraq's economy. In addition, the chapter delves into the broader regional and international implications of the Iraq War. We analyze the repercussions for regional stability, the influence on neighboring countries, and the geopolitical shifts that resulted from the conflict. We also reflect on the impact of the war on global perceptions of U.S. foreign policy and the lessons learned in the realm of international intervention. As we conclude this chapter, we reflect on the controversial nature of the Iraq War and its enduring legacy. The conflict left a lasting impact on Iraq, the region, and the world. It shaped subsequent conflicts and interventions, fueling debates about the legitimacy of military interventions, the responsibility to protect, and the complexities of nation building. Join us as we bring our journey through the Iraq War to a close, recognizing the complexities, controversies, and consequences that continue to shape the discourse surrounding this pivotal moment in history. By understanding the endgame and aftermath, we hope to foster a deeper appreciation of the challenges inherent in conflict resolution and the importance of learning from the past as we navigate a complex future. Thank you for watching our story. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, so you don't miss out on our next video.